Hey everyone, welcome to Always Open. On this week's episode, we're going to be talking about conventions, our first time being recognized as RWBY voice actresses, our irrational fears, and we have a user-submitted question about finding people to date. And I'm your host for this evening, Barbara Dunkelman, and today I'm joined by three very lovely ladies who you might recognize from a certain special show.
Where are they?
We got...
Where they go?
Hi, I'm Kara Everly. Wherever the camera was. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Jones. Hi.
Here and Zach.
Nice.
And you guys look familiar. Where might have we seen y'all from?
AchievementHunter.com. I play games. I make good games.
So I'm joined by the lovely ladies of RWBY. We wanted to do a RWBY episode. Everyone's been asking for it ever since we started the show. So we finally got everyone together.
It happened.
Yay, Team RWBY!
We did it! Yay!
I don't know why we're Power Rangers now, but
We kind of went Rocket
Captain
Power a little
Planet.
bit because we did this too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We woogitied out of there.
we have to figure out one.
Oh, well, this one for this episode could just be a shot. So we're going to be doing our shot out for this week. This one is
I can finally join. It's non-alcoholic.
Lindsay's is a virgin version.
Yes.
It is the Strawberry Sunrise.
I like that Kara was like, "You're not a virgin." I was like, "Shut up, you."
That's
Quiet.
ironic.
What gives it away?
This is a miracle birth.
So this is the Strawberry Sunrise, submitted by Paul S., and it consists of strawberry liqueur, grenadine, and orange juice.
Thanks, boy.
Thanks, Paul.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Cheers!
Strawberry Sunrise.
That was delicious. And
Wow.
Kool-Aid.
I'm such a wiener. Like, I can't put that much liquid in my mouth at one time, so I'm just like, open the throat.
Can you not open your throat? You just have to like.
No, I can't open my
You
throat.
have to wiener I can't put that much. Yeah.
I feel like these are really sexual.
Karen's just whispering innuendos in my ear. She's just like,
Kara can't open her throat.
I was like, wiener, you can't fit it all in your mouth.
Maybe I'll have to learn how to just like.
All right.
I used to do
let
the
it go.
same. You have to put all the liquid in your mouth and then I would swallow. But then
Yeah.
for some reason I was trained in the art of shots. You're like,
you gotta just open the
it up.
gullet.
Practice with a toothbrush, right? Mm-hmm. I read that in a book.
That's what
Summer
Maggie
Sisters,
said.
I think that was a
Second
Wait,
time on the
what?
show where
Maggie
people
said the
have
same thing.
told
Yeah.
us this.
It is a thing. Well, it
Yeah.
was in a book, Summer Sisters, I think.
I
Or
never-
like, are you there,
yeah.
God, it's me, Margaret, kind of thing.
that one.
I was like, practice with the toothbrush.
I never
Are you there,
practiced
God,
giving
is
head
with a toothbrush?
with a toothbrush. Yes.
Have you not read Are You There, God, It's Me, Margaret?
Apparently not. We have not.
It's a good.
Are you? Did you say Jews?
I thought you said choose at first. I was like, choose to read it? Yes.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to read anything with the word God in it.
God, no.
Get that out of here.
No, that was a big one for me. Maybe my mom was just
It was a
super,
coming of
like,
age tale.
Yeah.
It was like the was it full frontal snogging? Whatever that one was.
Angus songs and full frontal snogging, which I've also seen the movie of.
There's a movie for that?
Yeah.
Oh,
The guy from Kick-Ass is in it.
Anal, what is
What?
Full frontal
I did not hear anal at all in there, but somehow
Yes.
you found
Angus
it.
thongs
Angus
and
thongs.
full frontal snogging.
My head wanted to go anal thongs.
Anal thongs.
Perfect. And full
Frontal
frontal
snogging.
I feel like an anal thong just wouldn't have any material at all. It'd just be like a belt. Let's just call it a belt, Barbara.
Is it just a thong? Because the thong goes.
I was going to say, isn't
through
that
your
technically
anus?
a thong if that's the case?
It's a thong, but just for your anus. There's no like support. It just goes into the crack.
So it's just like
happy to
so
be
it's like
here, you guys.
dental floss on just that's
You
it.
just lay it in. It's like foundation.
So you just like take a string and just
Give me a moment.
Why is it Australian?
Siri.
Siri's
that mine?
Australian.
I'm sorry. Oh my God! Wait, this is really crazy. This is what I found on the web for black and yellow,
What?
Black and yellow, black and
and
yellow.
I didn't even say black and yellow.
Wow, it's like
But
your
it's
phone.
ironic.
New.
New.
Siri
Your
is
phone
so smart.
She was trying to transition us into
Dude,
our first topic.
That's actually pretty great. Segue.
Speaking of black and yellow, wink. We're going to move into our icebreaker for the show, which is what I wish I knew. And we're going to be talking about what I wish I knew about conventions.
Well, I wish I was a little bit more in tune with the different shows in anime and all the different costumes that people wear, and I wish I could identify them because they're so awesome. And I
Nerd
feel like
culture.
I know, and you,
I
you
feel
both,
like
you and
Lindsay and I are
Aaron
pretty good
know
at it.
everything,
I feel super nerdy.
and
too.
I'm just
Yes,
like
great.
amazed at the detail of the outfits when they come up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love your costume. And they're like, yeah, I've been working on it. Do you watch blah, blah? And I'm like,
That's a negative.
no, but I really like that. I should watch it now.
Yeah.
So I wish I knew more about exactly what all the costumes were. But
Lindsay always
work is great.
puts us all to shame.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you too, yeah.
I feel like that, even
But
when I started going to conventions, it was like 7th grade, and my family would drop me off and be like, okay, whatever, loser, have fun. Like, we're going to be over here.
Like your family would call you loser.
Pretty much. They were
Or
like,
did they just call you loser?
my dad would just drive away and like shake his head like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Fucking nerd!
I love theater. But I don't know, that was the coolest part is like if you didn't dress up, you were kind of like, I don't know. not-
You stand,
exactly.
you
It's a
stand
Renaissance
out when you
festival.
don't dress
Yeah.
up.
Exactly, yeah. So I was like, my
Renaissance
people,
Festival.
I know you.
We were just at a convention in Germany called Konichi, and literally every single attendee there is in costume.
Yep.
Like if you're not wearing a costume, you're the odd man out. And it's like usually at conventions it's
can
like
see
maybe
that.
half and half.
Yeah. So I feel very validated when you go to conventions and someone makes like a nerdy reference. I'm like, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think we were at a panel and someone mentioned Blake's new outfit for the new volume, and they were like, "Why is she wearing Seto Kaiba's robe?" I'm like, "Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Well done." And I think you guys were like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, man!"
Sure, yes.
Didn't do the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. See,
Like,
there's
that Seto Kaiba's robe. That's crazy.
His sweet coat.
I think I called Elizabeth. There's a show that Elizabeth does, and I called it the Oh Hi Club. Oh Hi, and everyone thought that was cute. So I think my ignorance just comes off really adorably,
There you go.
Yeah.
and that's how I play it.
That's how it should be done.
Yeah, I'm cute. I know nothing.
But I do the same thing as you, where if someone comes up, I love giving people compliments at conventions because everyone always looks either like so cute in
They
what they're
do,
wearing, or like they
right?
have a cool outfit, because people like to dress up at cons. And so I'm always telling people like, oh, you look so cute, or I like your costume. And then they're like, yeah, you watch the show, and I'm like, I don't, but you look awesome. Like,
Great work.
yeah.
I feel like I've promised to watch so many different shows that I couldn't even tell you. Because half of the shows that they tell you to watch, or that they're dressed up as, is like some Japanese name. There's like, there's no way I'm
Exactly.
going to
yeah.
remember this.
Okay, write this
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really great. Not going to remember it.
Yeah.
It's like that commercial where on Netflix or something like that, they always say, oh, well, you have to watch this and watch this and watch this and watch this. But what does Siri suggest for you? There's some sort of commercial that's like that. It's like overwhelming sometimes to try to
yeah.
know
I don't know how
everything.
you keep up with anime, though, like as much as
Anime
you
in
guys do.
general is overwhelming. There's a lot. Or series like a perfect example is Bleach, and we're like, Jesus, there's like 500 episodes. There's no way I'm going to make it all the way through this. So they have online guides that tell you what seasons you should watch.
How do you have time for all of
Yeah,
this?
because I'm a fucking nerd. I don't do anything else.
Fucking nerd.
I'm like,
I haven't cursed in a long time.
You're allowed
That's what
to.
I
This is a
hear.
place
I
to
know.
It's a safe space.
I'm glad I
Karen.
can bring this out of you too.
You're not seeing me and be like, oh.
I'm the enabler. Ruby, the youngest member of the group, is the most innocent one.
She's pregnant and swearing.
I feel like
Totally the most innocent one.
I don't think I actually know any of
Sorry.
the like fancy deep down animes. I just know a lot of the more popular ones. So I look like I know my stuff. Like I just watched the second Ghost in the Shell.
Oh,
like,
nice.
I'm just
one.
now doing it. But if you just cover the basics like Hunter x Hunter, throw in like Furikuri, that kind of thing, then you're instantly like you know your stuff.
Yeah.
There's like, I guess, like the classics of the names that you have to know, like, I don't know, Full Metal Alchemist. People are like, okay, obviously I know that, but then I agree completely. There's ones like Fushigi Yugi. I'll mention that. I'm like,
Yeah.
that was the first one I ever watched, and only
Yeah.
like a handful of fans are like, I know what that is. Everyone else goes, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I guess I like hit the subterranean level of like
Yeah.
anime nerd.
I've got a couple of them. Like I could just scream out Azumanga Daioh, but
I
then
love Azumanga
they're-
Daioh.
yeah, right. And Squid Girl, not everyone knows those.
I'd be like, what did you just say
Yeah.
in Japanese? For me, I think, and I feel like this is a common thing with every convention we go to, I wish I knew how tired I would be by the end of it. Because every single convention I go to, I'm always like 100% on. I barely eat or drink anything, and I
Yeah.
need to do that more.
I
Take
think
care of
it's,
yourself.
it's like pacing.
It's just like go, 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 go. And then, like, even the, like, at that night, you, like, faint in bed, but by the end of the 3-day convention or however long it is, it's like I need to sleep for 4 weeks
Yeah.
until I could do
It's a
something else.
constant like 100% energy.
I think
Where
it's
you don't
like-
really feel it at the time until
I
you
feel like
stop.
you feed off of the fans.
I was
too.
about
don't
to
think
say,
it's
I
like-
think it's like such an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, excited
and
to see
like,
you. You're like,
I am
"Ah."
so hyper when it like no matter when it comes to conventions. I'm like,
Yeah.
Then I'm at the end of the day, I'm like, wow.
It's almost
I
like
shouldn't
an
have been that
automatic,
hyper, but
almost
you
like an automatic thing,
right?
Where you just like you do feed off other people's energies, and you're just like, I want to meet everybody, and I want to take all the pictures and everything, and see
all the
everything.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like buy everything.
I feel like we, especially when we're together, we get into the stereotypical girl moment where like someone will come up to the booth and start going, ah, and we're like, ah!
Just like do it for this.
And everyone's like, Jesus Christ, what is happening at that booth?
Just get so excited. Everyone's just so cute, and everyone just loves each other.
It's why
Everyone's
can't we
so
all have a cake full of
nice.
rainbows and sparkles?
Cake and butterflies.
Yeah, she doesn't even go here.
Do you even go here?
That's like your second Mean Girls reference.
love Mean
I
Girls.
love
Girls is the
it.
best.
Kevin G.
Michael still hasn't seen it. It's
I
bullshit.
used to date a Kevin.
Michael's still not seen Mean Girls.
Bullshit. Yeah,
fix
I
that.
keep like pushing it on him like drugs. He's like, get that away from me.
You're a
Get that shit
drug
away
pusher.
from me. You want some Tina Fey?
Yes, I do.
What about you guys? What did you wish you knew? What did you wish you knew?
I kind
Grammar.
of wish that I knew earlier that most conventions tend to have a lot of the same kind of merchandise. Because when I first started going to conventions, I used to just go absolutely crazy and buy so many things like shirts, toys, and all that stuff. And now I'm just poor. And so I always feel like I have to get it right then and there, and that it won't fit in my luggage. And you just be like, no, Erin, just go to the next one. They'll probably be there with you too.
There's also that feeling of like you needing to get
urgency.
something when you go to a convention.
Yeah,
Because
it's like
especially
going
like
out.
a
Souvenir.
downtime and you like
That's
walk
very
around.
true.
I think for me, I wish I had known like how many things go on behind the scenes that you're not aware of, and like approaching a convention as a company or someone who's going as a representative.
Yeah.
Because I've obviously attended conventions for a long time as a fan, and like I enjoy seeing all the stuff and meeting people and getting to see celebrities or voice actors that I love. But whenever you're doing it behind the scenes or you're being sent there, it's totally different.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you hit proper protocol. There's a lot of do's and don'ts that you wouldn't think about at all, and you gotta make sure
Yeah.
you follow the rules, don't upset anybody.
Yeah.
So true.
I feel like a lot of people that go to conventions don't really realize like conventions are serious things. There are
Yeah,
like
they're
legal
organized like
contracts
shit.
involved. I got a lot of hate at one point because the person that I'm dating needed like a middle person at a convention, and I was that middle person, and I had to like tell people like we're not allowed to do these things because it was written in a contract. But now I'm like the bad person because convention is telling us to do these things.
Yeah.
It
So I don't
always-
think people realize like it's regimented. There are rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
at our convention RTX, the hardest thing for me is like when you have to be somewhere and like people see you and they want to talk to you because we want to talk to everyone.
Yeah.
Absolutely do.
And you want to meet everyone, but if you have to be somewhere in like 30 seconds, you have to like
You have to
Yeah.
run. You
And
have
you
to
will
run.
get
I
screamed
feel so
at.
bad
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Being like, I'm sorry, I have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
I wanna
it's
love
I
your
mean,
face.
obviously, RTX is the best convention
Yeah.
ever, but it's at that point too where you're like, everyone comes in. It was when I was my parents first came to RTX for the first time. They didn't really, they still didn't really understand everything, and I went and met them at the front. And my mom was talking to me, and someone came up and they're like, "Oh, can I take a picture?" And I was like, "Well, I'm kind of." Going somewhere with my parents, like I was trying to write them out. And of course my mom had no idea. So she goes, of course.
Not
realizing,
and so
you're like, no.
there's that. And
Hang
then
on.
literally within 30 seconds, there's like a line and she's like, my dad's behind her looking at her like,
What you did.
what is like all of this? And I was like, okay, Mom, I'm going to be now 5 minutes late, but I'm not going to be like,
Yeah.
no, because I want to meet everybody. And I'm
Absolutely.
a very big talker.
We've talked about it before
Obviously,
too.
my
And like,
parents live for RTX.
oh yeah, my
Yeah.
parents like it too.
Yeah.
But I guess they've accepted the convention now. I'm like, now who's
Right.
the nerd,
Yeah.
motherfuckers?
You know what they use now? Now my parents go, I'm Kara Eberly's mom. I'm Kara Eberly's dad. I can get through.
fans.
Yeah.
They'll walk up to my dad and be like, "Are you Aaron Jack's dad? Can I get a selfie?"
Yes. I've seen people send me selfies of my parents and them at RTX, and
You're
I'm just like,
hey.
Oh, please
Hanging
don't.
out.
And they love it.
and like
Love
they
it.
like people follow my mom and dad on Twitter now and like have conversations.
Yeah.
And it's
My
like,
parents
I've
have
tweeted
Twitter.
with
Yeah.
your
Parents
parents before.
are
It's so
staying
lovely
on,
people.
staying on the Facebook and
Staying
not
on the
private.
Facebook,
Yep.
yeah. Weirdest thing ever.
Get on
though.
over there.
My mom messages me and she goes, my best friend from high school just called me and said that her son saw like my picture with you on my profile picture and that he loves RWBY, and so now he wants all of like this RWBY stuff. And I'm like,
That's what
this
parents
is
do.
this is insane that
Yeah.
your ex-best friend from high school's son knows who I am from your picture. And how did she even see that on his mom's profile? I don't know, but
My parents did the same thing at RTX too, where like the first couple times they didn't know the scale of what was happening, and they said the same thing like, "Oh, you have to talk to everybody. You have to like you must do this." I'm like, "You don't understand. I want to absolutely," and I'm like literally heartbroken when I can't do it. But you cannot have this happen at conventions. One, it's a safety hazard. If you try and make a big group around you, people are going to get upset.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not our convention, like at PAX or Comic Con. Yes, other booth vendors get very upset if you block their booth. But then along with that too, like there's so many people who promised to see us at panels who have been waiting for so long. If you don't make that on time, you're pissing off those people who waited forever.
And it's like a couple thousand versus like the one or
three
people.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
there.
Same thing with signings too, you know, I mean,
Yep.
you have their scheduled time, so it's always, I always feel bad being like, well, okay, I'm signing on the way, but then there's someone like who's waiting
someone who's
for
been waiting
an
for like 3
hour.
hours. Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna try and go meet that person.
But
The worst
making-
that I had was Supernova, or no, it was RTX Sydney the first year. Yeah, and it was a mom. I was trying to make it from the downstairs area to upstairs because I had an interview, and they were like, okay, you're already 5 minutes late. We'll just rush you up there. Let's go. So as we left, of course, people were like, oh, can I sign this? I'm like, sorry guys, I'll wave and like try and take photos with you as I go, but that's it.
Yeah.
And this one mom held up her badge. And I could tell it was like for her daughter or something who was sitting elsewhere. And she kind of lifted it and I was like, I can't. And she just got so sad and like, like defeated and walked away. I was like, I still think about that all the time.
It, like,
I
haunts
wish,
your dreams.
I know, I want to message and be like, does anyone know this Australian mom? Can I send her something, please?
Was your mom supposed to get there?
She reminded me of my mom too. Sorry, I'm getting verklempt.
Well, this segues us into our My First Time segment, which is submitted by Anonymous, but they would like to know your first time getting recognized as a voice actress with RWBY. Do you remember
I
anything
skipped
like
over at the signings twice. I'll never forget
Goodness.
both of you. So it was like you, me, then you. And then they would go up to you, and then they would go up to me, and they'd lift it up and move over to the next person. And two people did that, and I'll never forget
Was
you
this
two
the
people.
first year that
The
we-
first year that we did it.
Oh.
That was when it was
Never
like the
forget
signing
that.
in the very middle of the entire.
Yeah, when there was
yeah.
no, like no proper line, and yeah.
That was fun.
So that's my story. Never forget.
Goodness. You feel weird
Two
doing
people.
it, but sometimes I'll do it too, where I'll be like, this person plays this character in case you didn't know. And
Yeah.
then usually more often than not, they're like, oh my God, like I had no idea.
Yeah. I think that's what's hard with voice acting. Well, that's not what's hard. That's like a good thing with voice acting is that you can still like walk around and do stuff.
Yeah.
Like go to conventions and still walk the floor and that kind of thing. Maybe not you or you, but I
definitely
feel like
for me.
you and I could definitely like walk the floor and not be bothered.
There's a lot of voice actors I have no idea what they look
exactly.
like.
Unless you're like John DiMaggio, you're fine. But
I actually do
Some
I
Billy
know what he
West.
looks like?
John DiMaggio? Oh, I
Yeah.
do.
I must know what he looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you saw him,
I'm sure
you
if
would
we
know.
saw it, yeah.
Yeah.
But the first RTX, I was working. Like,
That's right.
I was
That's
a
right.
guardian still.
Yeah.
And by like halfway through the event, because I was supposed to be watching this one thing, so many people had come up to me and like started asking for autographs. And you were like, we got to take her off.
I remember I was like, are you sure you want to be a guardian this year? Because like people are going to start recognizing you. And you're like, yeah,
Nah,
but
it's
you're
fine.
like, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then
I
like you
did.
had crowds around you. And I'm like, get that
Get
shit
it.
off.
I had to
The
learn
shit
how to
outta here.
like, I had to figure out a signature. I spent way too long.
I remember
like, learning
that.
a signature.
You were
What
like
about this one?
practicing.
It looks like an Eiffel Tower. Pretty.
And then you bitches just write your name.
Yep, pretty much. I'm like,
I just do my first
Lindsay.
name.
With the heart.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I do too. But
Michael
it's like,
got on to me about that too. He's like, you gotta add your last name now. I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess there's enough people who know Ruby and don't know anything about Rooster Teeth where I had to do it. And that pissed me off at conventions because I'm so used to doing just Lindsay and I was like, Jones, this is so awkward.
Can't you do like
Here's
a
signature.
J or something?
Well, yeah, I think I'm just going to write out
you can't read
Jones.
That
a lot
would
of
be
people's
easy
signatures you
too.
can't
My
read.
last name's never pretty to do. Whenever I like even
oh,
have to sign
E's are
it.
beautiful. You shut up.
In
E's
sign
can be
language or sign
beautiful.
language?
Have you been
Secret
practicing
sign
your
language?
E's too?
There you go.
No,
Look at
I love capital like signature E's, like those beautiful like backwards threes. Oh, could be gorgeous.
Okay.
I'll help you.
You're
Nice
going
and
to help
curvy.
me with my last name signature then, and then we'll take twice as
Yeah.
long to sign things
Yeah.
because I have to sign
Well, I just-
two names.
I essentially
Actually, I
just
always do Kara
scribble.
Weiss and then a heart. So
Do we
Oh,
all
yeah.
do hearts?
we all do
You
freaking hearts.
stupid
We need to
idea.
figure out something else.
It's become
I'll do a
like
star.
such habit. Sometimes I'll sign a check and I'll put a heart and I'm like, no.
Damn it.
No need to do that.
the funniest
I love
thing.
you, Bankman. Thanks for the apartment. Do you like me to check yes or no?
Maybe.
Maybe.
On the other side, it's just I'm lonely.
Yeah, I'm lonely. I'm so sad.
For me, it was
need a
kind of
cat.
different. It was when all the for me it was when all the trailers were coming out.
Yeah.
So like obviously it went in order like Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Yang, etc. I think it was right after the Blake trailer just came out. And we were at PAX East and we had that silhouette poster.
Yeah.
The little like small silhouette poster
Yeah,
of
yeah,
all
yeah.
the 4 girls. And I would sign it on the Yang character space and I would wink at someone. And they'd be like, wait, what does that mean? Wait a minute, are you yellow? And I'd be like, I don't know.
You'll see.
I like how everybody was like colors though.
Should have
at
been
that
like,
point.
I have jaundice.
Don't make fun of me.
I had jaundice when I was a baby.
I'm
It's not
sorry.
fine.
Sorry.
So did my older
had
brother.
no
idea.
You're gonna jinx yourself now with that one.
Fuck.
Do you guys always sign the same places on those posters?
Yes.
I signed my butt.
I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
I signed my
You
butt.
get used to it.
depends.
I think you try to
It's
look for
habit.
like the biggest.
The
like,
biggest
Easy,
space.
clear
So my
space
butt.
with the same color.
Perfect.
If people
Bella Booty.
ask me to
Bella
sign the
Booty.
Weiss like plush, I always sign on the ass because I figure you're gonna see it and it'll piss
plush?
you off. Yeah.
Oh, I've never noticed it, and
One
it wouldn't
day.
piss me off. I would love it. I
That's
think
like
I
whenever,
laugh.
whenever I get an Achievement Hunter poster, I always sign on Gavin's crotch.
Oh,
like
nice.
no matter where it is or what it is, I'm just like,
If Michael's on it, I'm not. I sign on his dick.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
I will
own
always
this.
sign over Gus though on anything, just because of that one time on the 9th. Do you remember that? The 9th anniversary of RVB.
Yeah.
When Barbara and I made the season, we framed all of the discs from RVB, and we had everyone sign it that worked on it. And I was bringing it around to everyone, and I'm like, sign anywhere you want around the border. Just don't sign on the disc or anything like in the middle. I should have known better. Of course, I give it to Gus, and I say that right in the middle on the big thing, and I'm like, you know what? You're gonna pay for that one, sir.
I love
So
how
now I sign over him.
all of these like signature things are just really vindictive things. Just like, fucking hate this.
I didn't hate it. I was just like, I thought it was great.
I hate Kevin.
This episode of Always Open is brought to you by Movement Watches. I absolutely love the watch they sent me. It's sleek, stylish, and I always get tons of compliments when I wear it out. You actually complimented it earlier
I
today.
did. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah, and you can't have it because it's mine.
I'm looking at my naked wrist being like, gee willikers.
Well, Movement Watches was started by two broke college kids that wanted to wear stylish watches but couldn't afford them, so they started their own watch company.
Get a job.
The watches start at just $95. At department stores, you're looking at $400 to $500. Movement figured out that by selling online, they were able to cut out the middleman and retail markup, providing the best possible price. And as Michael says, they left out the bells and passed the savings on to you.
Yep.
Oh,
'Cause it's
that's
MVMT.
funny.
So you can get
That's cute.
15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to movementwatches.com/open. That's mvmtwatches.com/open. Join the movement. Thank you, Movement Watches.
Thank you.
That's awesome though. So they just kind of started right out of college.
Yeah, it's
great.
It's a pretty cool company.
That's
And
awesome.
they actually
Where are
have
they based
sunglasses too.
Where are they? Are they?
I assume LA?
They're American?
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to Ask Us Anything. This question comes from James E., and he would like to know, do you have any irrational fears?
I have automatinophobia, which by definition, it's anything that falsely represents a sentient being. So like mannequins, wax figures, like the Madame
Tussauds,
yeah.
Statues.
You can never go to
Yeah,
Madame Tussauds.
taxidermy,
We have so much fun though
statues.
messing with you whenever anything like that comes up. It's fun.
Horrifying. Everyone thinks that it's just like a bit of a laugh, but if I get close to
sorry.
something and don't realize how close I am to it, I'll cry. Like I've legitimately cried so many times.
I've seen you cry from it before.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's incredibly irrational.
I feel like we're mean sisters at conventions too, because there's always some like big plush or like some giant statue, and when someone's like, "Aaron, look."
Yeah, we did that last time. There was that big like porcelain deer, and I was like,
At the
Aaron.
hotel. Yeah.
What's worse, when
yeah.
people are like, Aaron, look, or when they're like, don't look?
When they're like, don't look, because it's like so. Oh gosh. No, just don't look. It's like, just so you know.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons. Just don't look.
Or it's like,
don't look.
look down. Whatever you do, don't look down.
Well, that's the first thing we're gonna do.
Because that means it's close to you. When someone's making fun of you, they're like, it's probably
nearby.
within your view.
Or if someone's just like,
but
don't
when
move.
someo's trying to be helpful,
like, "What's
yeah,
on
it's
me?"
exactly right.
What is
exactly,
it?
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, I know it's near, and I can just feel it now. And then you look, and then you scream.
Well, I remember we went to Funimation to do some auditions.
Yeah.
What was this, 2 years
Oh
ago?
yeah,
No,
the
it was like
giant
the Alphons?
yeah.
maybe 3 or 4 years
Everyone
ago.
was getting pictures with him like really close up, and I'm over here with
Right
him
in
like
the corner.
way in the background,
We
being
could
like, I
probably
did it.
we could probably find the picture of all of us.
tweeted
We took
it,
a
yeah.
group shot, and you're like
just, like,
you're
up in
standing like
front.
slightly to the side, like
Get me out of here.
I'm uncomfortable. I know that
Aboard.
picture. I see that. I'm like, I should have not worn
and I'm like,
those
I'll
jeans.
stand slightly behind you so that you don't feel like it's right behind you.
Oh, horrifying.
People have probably made fun of you a lot for that, I assume.
Just
Because it is like just because it is so like
irrational.
Unique.
it's irrational, but it's very uncommon.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of people who believe that's a real thing.
I feel like people
I
be
don't-
assholes and
I
tell
have
you
a-
like you're.
Until
being
they
ridiculous or
realize
something.
how real
What
it is,
if-
they make fun of me.
So I have a question then.
Yes.
You know, on Halloween they have like the fake scarecrows that just sit, but really there's somebody in there. Is that where that comes from? Or what would you do if like the statues that look like statues but they're people?
They're people.
Yeah.
See,
And
if
then
they're
those
really
move.
bad, if they're really bad at their job, then it's not a problem.
Because you know they're people.
Because
You're like,
you know
done.
they're people.
You're real.
If
If they're really good, does that scare you? Because you're like,
it makes
oh
me
no, wow, it
uneasy.
moved.
It doesn't scare me, but it does make me uneasy.
Okay.
But I think that's almost their intent, being like we're a little bit.
How did that start?
They're the middle ground.
I have no idea.
It wasn't from like an event.
No
in your
traumatic
childhood?
incident.
I don't
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
so.
that's kinda
And
where
if
I was
there
going with
was, then it's clearly suppressed because when I was a kid, I used to take pictures. Like I have this picture of me at like the zoo on one of those fake seals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't a
nice.
problem before, but somewhere something happened and I got messed up.
You were like, this seal is not real. What? I hate
like
everything
this.
fake now.
So distraught that the seal wasn't real, forever affected
Can that be
me.
the name of this episode? The seal wasn't real.
The seal wasn't real.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you said you hate Five Nights at Freddy's because of that too.
Well, it's horrifying. That's
Well,
like
I
going
mean,
to
that's-
Chuck E. Cheese.
That's essentially like your worst fear
That
come
is
to
it.
life.
Yeah, and they do that in so many times. Like Doctor Who opens up that with the reboot. It's the mannequins, and a bunch of video games like I think like Silent Hill at one point has them,
Yep.
and it's also there was another movie, Ghostbusters, not Ghost Hunters.
Like,
I love that show though.
Ghost Hunters. That's when the frat dudes come in and yell at the ghost. They're like, "Fuck you, ghost! I'll fight you."
But in
That's Ghost
Ghostbusters, they did that
Adventures.
too.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they use it, so it is a thing. It's frightening.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
It's a thing. I promise.
I feel like if I thought too much about it, I would probably be scared
Yeah.
of it too.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm scared of any water that's I can't see through. Like if I can't see my feet in water, I'm scared.
something could get you.
Like a
Like
lake.
or ocean.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where no matter, even if I know that it's
It's like the
fine,
unknown.
It's the unknown, and the fact, who knows what's underneath you? I don't
Exactly.
like that, but I also don't like
Could be a
deep,
dead
deep
body.
water. And I didn't know that I didn't like deep water. I went like snorkeling, and you could see through everything. It was clear in Mexico, and jumped in and went like 5 feet down, and all of a sudden, I was like, and I just saw open like water around me, and for some reason I felt like it was
like,
closing in or claustrophobic, and I went, nope. Went
back up.
I was the only one that had to sit on the boat then for that whole time. Paid
It's weird
money
it's
for
like
that.
The opposite of like it's
Claustrophobia,
so
it's
wide
so
open, but you
open.
feel claustrophobic.
It's like, I guess the pressure of all the water kind of around you, and then you feel like you try to move like,
Yeah.
a lot far, but it feels like you're going nowhere
You're
because
not in
it's
control.
so expansive.
The sensation of, if I may, you've jumped into a Jello mold, and while you can see everything in front of you, you are constricted by the Jello, and you're not able to move as much as you'd like to.
Sounds like a dream.
Maybe that sounds like a horrible dream, but essentially,
Gelatin, my nails are gonna be so strong. Everything's delicious.
I got those prenatals. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Nice. Nice. That's not. It's like the fear of the unknown and like not being in control. It's like being in
yeah.
space. Like it's so huge that it's frightening.
Yeah.
Doesn't a lot of Eastern cultures too feel that, or believed that demons lived in the ocean because they didn't know what the hell was out there?
Right.
Like, that's where it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
there.
like,
They
even
do.
if it's crystal clear, you can only see what? I mean, maybe at most like 20 feet, but then all of a sudden
shark's
it's
gonna
like,
come through
no,
that
no, no,
fog.
no, 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 no. Oh, I'm right
that's
here.
on.
Oh no, I gotta swim up to the top and then make it to safety.
So I assume you would never go scuba diving.
Nope.
Yeah.
That'd be so much fun.
I was like, that would probably be like your worst fear.
That's
right
what.
there.
Well, I went like the snorkeling scuba diving route where you didn't.
Snuba.
Yeah,
You were just
snoop. I went to
Kinda like
scuba.
above the surface.
No, it was deep water, and so you could dive down like 30 feet underneath if you wanted to.
It's like someone attached you to a garden hose, and they just kind of feed you
essentially.
Oh, wow.
And I was with a group of friends, and I felt like such like a little sissy, but I was like, I was so scared I couldn't do it. So
down there. Goodness. What is
There's
it called
mine.
too when you rush to the top of the water?
Oh, the bends.
Yeah. Kara would get the bends pretty bad, I would assume, from getting
Would you vom?
fear.
Is that what that is?
No, it's when
what
you get the water, the
It's like
pressure
the
from the water.
bubbles
yeah.
like go like
and what- I
into
didn't-
I'm
your
thinking
bloodstream or something.
I didn't get
don't know
down
exactly
that
what the
deep. I didn't get
bends
down
are.
that
The
deep
science
enough,
behind it.
but it makes
That
sense.
sounds-
Yeah,
if
like
you
where you
come
get
up
where you get
quickly,
lightheaded.
Yeah,
If you
for
come up too
stupid
fast.
people like me, it's like the water pressure's crazy, and then you die.
Well, I was scarred for life because I actually did scuba diving training when I was pretty young. It was just in a pool, but the instructor's like, when you're diving, if you hold your breath, your lungs will explode. So don't hold your breath no matter what you do. So when I went under, I was like,
Then you're just gonna.
I was just
pass out.
Like I was just concentrating so much of like breathe in, breathe out.
It's like giving labor.
There you go. Yeah.
Because I'm like, the second I hold my breath, I'm gonna die.
I feel like
Which is not true. It's only if you're like deep enough and you hold your breath, because then your lungs will explode
Yeah.
from the pressure.
Yeah.
I've done that trying to, when they take blood, they had to use a butterfly needle because I was so concentrating on like breathing, being calm, being like, that I just fainted.
Oh my
So
God.
I feel like that would do that.
Do you guys?
So I guess
you
it's
don't
not that
getting
irrational.
blood drawn, stuff like that.
Oh, I used to get allergy shots all the time. So like needles weren't a thing. I think I was just concentrating so much
too
and
much in
being
your
like,
head.
you're fine with this. This is totally cool.
I also hate needles.
Yeah,
but
it's not like a
that's
rational fear
but
for
that's
me. It just
rational.
makes me so queasy. I vomit every single time if I
Yeah.
get blood drawn. I had to get it done for baby stuff. And
Yeah.
they were testing.
Butterfly needles, man.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh,
Way
does
to
your
go.
baby have Down syndrome?" It's like, "No, we gotta take her blood though. Make sure you're a-okay."
Yeah.
And they took like 4 big vials, like straight up, probably like
Did they give you something to
this
eat?
big.
Did you look? Did
I
you
had some
swatch?
beforehand.
Got a cookie.
I can't watch it.
See, I was
have
gonna say
to-
that's why I wouldn't.
Here's what I do. They usually can never get blood from here because I have like shitty circulation anyways.
Same.
So they'll stick me 4 times and that sucks. So they finally started doing it from my hand, which
Yeah.
does work. But I can't look at it or else I will probably pass out. But instead, I look at something else and I just have to describe it in my head over and over again. So I'll be like, there's a napkin holder. It is yellow. There are napkins inside of that napkin holder. If I pull the napkin, I'll be able to use one.
Start looking at
And
it.
as you were describing that, I was just like, hey, we have a napkin holder that's yellow.
Yeah.
What mine looks like.
What kind of blood drive has a napkin holder?
Would you like to bring this with you next time?
It will be with me as I vomit.
What we found ours.
So silly. I'm an idiot.
What's your irrational fear?
I am literally afraid of everything. Like I say that not as a joke. I am afraid.
Boo.
Done. Show over. We have killed
I had
her.
to test it.
I am convinced that I'm gonna die in a really dumb way.
Yeah.
Like when I'm like driving, I'm like, what if I just like coughed and I like went like this with the steering wheel and like just went off
don't think I'll die, I
and
just
just
think about
flipped
it.
my car. Or I'm just like, what if I'm taking a shower and I lean down to pick something up and I slip and I bash my head and I die in the shower?
See, you're
Every day. I think
Nice.
about death all the time.
a little much.
That's pretty dark.
Do you,
All right.
do you wake up and you go, I could die today? Because I do that every day. But
Sometimes do that.
someone's like,
so morbid. Wake up. I could die today.
I think about it.
Time to get coffee.
I think about my mortality a lot, and I also think about other people's mortality. Like with it's not me being a crazy girlfriend, I promise. But like if I you get into a rhythm when you're texting your significant other, or like how you communicate. Like that they're gonna text you like before noon at some point to say good morning, or like blah blah blah. And if I like text Aaron, and I don't hear from him on like a normal period of time, I'm like, he's dead.
gone.
He's dead. He's on his motorcycle and he died. He's dead. He's dead right now.
Yeah.
It's like my mom when I don't answer her for a long time. She'll literally, in order for me to respond, she'll just say, "Are you still alive?"
My parents do that too.
And so I have to be
Terrible
like,
responding.
"Yes,
Yeah.
I'm alive. I'll talk
Yes.
to you soon."
I feel like
good.
we're so used to talking with like-minded people who just constantly text each other that whenever someone doesn't write back, you're like, do they hate me?
Yeah,
What
what's
did I
happening?
do? Like, why won't they talk back to me? And I've realized that there's so many of my like new friends that don't respond really ever, and I take it personally. So I've had to like set myself and be like, Erin, they're probably just having breakfast. They're probably just like they saw their phone and then forgot about it. You do that sometimes too. You need to chill out. Everything's fine.
Maybe they dropped
Everyone
the
likes
message
you
and
still.
send it.
I'm terrible about responding to messages.
I am
like,
really bad,
you
too.
probably know this too. Like sometimes I will be like, oh, someone just
Yeah,
texted me.
send it to me.
I'll respond in
I'll
like 2
respond later.
seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you
I
never do
forget.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron texted me today, and the last message I had from you was in November. You're like, "Congratulations, you're pregnant."
Yeah.
I'm like, I never answered. I'm
I'm a horrible person.
I was like, "Thank you very much." Now that
At
I'm
that-
4 months in.
At that point, I've probably gone through and deleted all the messages. But like, I have no idea when I talk to you. So like, yeah, no, you're fine. Thanks. Thanks for
Sweet.
saying thanks.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Well, I wake up and think about like, I will probably die today. I think not because I'm morbid, but it also helps me like, I don't know, make the most of the day. I'm like,
That's true.
If you're gonna die today,
Okay.
what the fuck do you want to do for the rest of the day? Make it worth it. Don't be on your ass looking
way
at the
to live.
internet
I
forever.
want Chipotle.
There you go. I had some. It was great.
Live like it's your last day. Isn't that like the saying or something?
Yeah,
like that?
live like today's your last. I think.
Yeah.
And then it helps me not
That's a
focus on
greeting
like petty
card.
shit. Or like
Right.
Michael and I'll be arguing about something stupid like, you didn't get the mail this morning. Now we got to do it this afternoon. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like,
Yeah.
who cares?
What's gonna happen?
It's
Exactly.
perspective. Yeah. That's nice. I kind of like that. It's not. It starts out morbid, but then you're like, no, you know what? Class, have
Like,
fun.
no,
So is that also your irrational fear, or do you have something else?
No, I think my most irrational fear is something that the internet's gonna make fun of me for, and I don't care.
More so than Aaron's?
Yes,
Shut up.
I'm showing you.
It's normal. People do it.
You're not alone. I guarantee someone will comment and be like, me too.
Me too.
Yes.
Everyone's
I
gonna
feel
say
you.
dolls, but dolls don't scare me.
Dolls are a little
dolls
creepy.
aren't the same.
Different.
Yeah.
Noted.
Dolls don't bother me.
For me, I know it's not true and it's not scientifically accurate, but I feel like the belly button is a very vulnerable spot on a person. So my fear is someone like Michael, who likes to do it a lot, will be poking my belly button and ended up like puncturing me. So I
have like going.
yeah. So does like, or someone would have long nails and they'll do it to me.
Not
Sometimes
me.
I'm like, stop,
Yeah.
don't touch me. Like I freak out if someone tries to put their finger
Like
on my
you
belly
think
button.
that your belly button's
Yeah.
gonna like break and
yeah,
you're
like
gonna
I'm
go through
punctured,
it.
blood. Yeah.
I had this exact
no.
thing, and my boyfriend Aaron, not this Aaron, could tell you. He loves to poke me in the belly button
Yeah.
because my belly button's really small, so he likes to like make fun of it.
Yeah.
And he'll always try to stick his finger in, and I'm just like, "You're gonna touch my inside!
Yep, yep.
Stop it!"
So I say to
My-
Mike all the time.
My boyfriend's mom used to tell him that if like you mess with your belly button, your guts are gonna fall out of your belly button.
does
So
he
if I get
paranoid?
near his belly button on accident, he
Like,
freaks out. I don't know what it is with people with belly buttons.
While-
I think
while
it's
he's
like I'll
sleeping,
be
you should just
digging
stick a
in and
tongue in
like
there.
clean it up.
Not a fan. Christ. Ew.
That's real sexy. You like, then let me clean it for you.
While he's sleeping, though.
Wake
So
up.
much like a hair and lint in there.
Yeah.
And that's when you find out like your guts actually will fall out, and you just feel really bad.
Michael will even take it further. Yeah.
Guts fall out.
I wonder if that's ever happened. Should
party
we fact
trick.
check that? Has
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
guts ever fallen out from their belly button
Cut
being
it and they like it's
Tie
tied
it
up
up, and then it falls off.
Yeah.
Some could be
castrating
tighter
a
than
sheep.
others, though. I feel like.
I used to date someone who had a
Are we talking
phobia
about
of
belly button?
outies.
Yeah.
I dated someone who had a phobia of outies.
Outie.
Interesting.
Outies. He was like, he's like, I love
They are
you.
weird.
But if you developed an outie, I'd break up with you. Like that was how serious it
You,
was.
you can develop an outie?
Yeah.
I don't think like
Aren't you
pregnancy,
born with
after
it?
pregnancy.
I'll probably get an outie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, to bring him around.
And then I'll be safe. No one can poke my belly button.
Nobody can.
I'll be like,
Here's my
guess
guts.
what she has.
Ah.
sense.
Oh.
It's your everything's growing outwards that it would just. Why doesn't that happen when you just get really fat?
Or like
don't
you
know.
eat a lot.
Because there's nothing
Yeah.
like pushing up against that like little barrier that
specific
could
wall, it's the
take out your
stomach
guts.
versus, like,
yeah, the wall itself.
Is the uterus on the inside of the guts, or is it where is everything?
It's on the inside of the body. Yeah.
Teach me anatomy.
Got a whiteboard out here.
I have an anatomy class.
we actually
We were talking
wanted
about
to.
sex ed before. It's terrible. Here's an
College
example.
graduate.
We want to do a sex ed episode at
Yeah.
some point on this show. So
See,
like,
I'm
actually
smart,
show people where
but I
stuff is.
just don't know where everything is.
That's fine.
Does it
I don't
matter?
either.
It's all inside you.
It's
Yeah.
all on the inside.
We're all good. We're all dumb
Unless
in a
you
way.
poke someone's belly button, then it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Or if you're Michael, you take it one step further. He's like, "What if you were mugged and someone just shanked you in your belly button?" I'm like, "Stop!"
Oh my
like I can
God.
feel you do this as you talk to me.
It's mean. That's like telling someone
It
I'm
is
gonna
like a
punch you in the balls.
sensitive-
And you
Right.
just feel it.
It's making me like nauseous.
Michael, you asshole.
No, Karen.
I thought you were poking her boob. I was
Well,
like, that's not gonna do anything.
I don't have any phobia of that. You're good.
The boobs are the belly button of the chest.
I get two of them.
Yes.
I've heard of.
Maggie has 3.
I've heard there are such things as inverted nipples.
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
knew
Well,
that.
it's not
heard of
like
that, but
I
I've
don't
never
know
actually
the good. I've never
seen
seen them yet.
I have.
What is it called?
Not in person.
What is it on
There
the
are a lot of
nipple where
things I
like
haven't seen in
you have the
person.
breast, totally normal, but then there's like one lump and then your nipple. Like you have a little bit of another.
Like an
areola?
areola
Yeah,
is.
your areola is lifted. I guess is the best way to
Poofy.
put it. Yeah,
Puffy.
little
I was told not to call
puffy
them
nipples.
There are so many
All of
different
the
types
crew's
nipples.
laughing right now. Like I guess they.
Guys, there are so
Serious?
many different types of nipples.
There
Someone
are.
please pull up a chart of the
This
different
is
types
this
of
is
nipples.
gonna be
diagram.
really weird. So you know how all guys think that whenever girls go to like slumber parties, we all just like flash each other and like do all that stuff.
Yes.
Well,
You
the one-
don't?
Well, I was about to say I didn't think it was real because I'd been to many slumber parties, but I went to one once in high school, and we all did it. And we all named each other's like, "You've got pepperoni nipples. You look like provolone."
See,
And
I
that's how I got one of my nicknames, and I won't say what it is. Yes.
Are you a pepperoni? Or
I'm
you,
not pepperoni nipple.
she's
What's,
pineapple.
what's smaller than a pepperoni in terms of like
Quite a
meat?
lot
An
of
olive.
things. Oh, it doesn't
Are you
have to
an
be
olive?
a meat.
Sausage.
Yes.
Ball?
Olive
No,
nips.
not like
yes. It's
Like
perfect.
like
You have
like
olive skin too.
could you be like a Tic Tac
Say,
nipples?
wait, say that again. Say it again.
She has
Say
olive
I
skin.
have olive skin.
She does.
I do.
Look at this.
That's a
So
thing.
it's an
I'm a red
Everyone keeps
complexion.
telling me
She's
that
olive.
just because I'm pale doesn't mean I can't be olive complected.
Complected.
It means
People make fun of me for me being like, I'm olive skin. Like, honey, no, you're white.
Yes, you are, but you can still
I
have
didn't
an
even
olive
say
tint.
honey
Yes.
like that. Like you're wrong. And they're like, no honey. I'm
See,
like,
only so many people can say that to me. Otherwise,
Certain
it's really
people.
condescending.
I
From
feel like so too.
From what I've been told, and it could be totally wrong. I mean, we have a fucking makeup artist expert here. But like, I'm a super red person because my family is from
Texas,
Scotland.
come say hi. I
Yeah.
feel like we're
I'm
not
so
drinking
hot
enough
now.
for you
I'm
to
so
come.
excited,
Get in
so
there.
flustered.
Yeah. So I've got red skin, and she's got
Hi,
green
Texas.
skin. So
I got
she's
green
more
skin.
olive
Okay,
toned.
yeah.
I'm more
Yeah.
red toned.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's our undertones.
Aaron is olive skin, right?
Yes, you are.
okay, so let's go
She's
through
very
everyone's
fair,
skin tone.
but she's got olive tones.
And then me
Suck
and
it.
Lindsay are both pink.
I'm so excited right now. You don't
What's Kara?
understand.
I'm like
Actually,
a mixture of a lot.
You're
though.
actually a mixture between pink and I would say.
Lala.
Actually,
Like,
no,
she's-
yeah,
she's-
she's
she
pretty
looks
pink.
cool tone.
She's cool. Well, you know,
I'm pretty cool, yeah.
You're gonna learn a little something. I'm gonna tell you as a makeup artist. So if you ever want to look at your undertones to find out if you're
That's
a
what
warm,
that's why I just did
wrist.
this.
look,
I
look
go, what
at your
is
wrist.
this?
So you look at your wrist and
I
you
look
see.
bruised and
I'm a
beaten.
cold
I got
bitch.
blue.
Well, so you look at your veins. If your veins are blue, then you're cool. If they're maybe kind of a violet color, then you can also be cool or olive.
Can we get it? Do we want to
If
get a
you are
close-up?
green, you are warm toned.
What are you?
I am.
You're kind of bluish green.
Yeah, I'm bluish green.
I'm
so
sweaty.
Pretty olive.
That's what I am.
go.
I'm just so excited.
Well, so yeah, there
Okay,
you
what
go.
were we talking about?
My friends
Now
like
we
to
know.
say.
Now you know.
Sorry.
Yes, but you're all beautiful. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
you.
I'm a red-faced fuck.
It's
as
blue,
they
but you
say.
couldn't really see it.
I totally got way
Thank you.
detract.
Belly
Well, let's get
buttons.
back on track.
Olive,
Right on track.
olive nipples is where we were.
that's
Oh yeah,
right.
what your nipple name was?
Nothing.
I'm gonna guess pimento nipples.
Oh, that's a good one. That's hilarious.
Parmesan.
Pepperoncini.
I can agree. I had like the two sets of friends where my friends for life are like nerdy girls who were like, we played video games, watched anime, and we're like, yeah, sleepover is cool. And then I had my other friends in high school who did the same thing. We're like, okay, let's like talk about our boob sizes. And like,
Yeah.
what bra are you? Oh, is that Victoria's Secret? Cool. And then you do like the cup and stuff like that. I'm like, for some odd reason we're feeling each other's
never
boobs.
did that.
Yeah.
Where were my friends
like
like
that.
that?
I know. I guess Barbara and
It's
I like
happening.
grew up on the rock.
This
Well,
is kind of the first time I've ever had girlfriends.
I
So like,
did go to a private school for 12 years. So
wouldn't that make it
I
even
agree.
more
I knew someone was going to say
For
that.
me, it was
no.
the private
Yeah.
school girls. That's what
Yeah.
it was. And like they were totally
Bunch of
comfortable like
pervs.
going to the bathroom
but
in front of me
that's
and stuff.
true.
I'm like,
Oh
this
yeah,
is
everyone was
new.
cool being naked, but it was never like a let's look at someone and
I'd
take
hide in
care.
the corner. If someone brought me into the bathroom with them, I'd hide in the corner and turn around and be like, everything's, this is what people do.
Right?
This is normal.
And they'd always be in the middle of a
Totally.
conversation too, like, yeah, so I was up
Yeah.
at Brad's yesterday. I'm like, you're pissing in front of me. You're pissing in front of me right now.
Yeah, I'm
But how was Brad's?
There is no more awkward place to be than in a stall with another woman
Yeah,
peeing.
I get
Yes.
super awkward.
Where you're just like,
I'm not
what do
girly.
I look at? Wow,
This
look,
is a
the
great-
ceiling's really
Oh my
cool
God,
in
did
here.
you see this person's number? I hear they're a hoe.
Well, you know where there's not a good
Says
place
here.
to meet people is in the bathroom.
Touche.
I'm trying so hard to segue into this next topic.
All right, wait.
Sorry, okay,
Those
segue.
are okay.
I'll take another
Oh,
drink too. Thanks, Texas.
Yes, this is our sexpertise question, and this one comes from an anonymous user, and she writes to us. As a young college-age lesbian who has only been in a fairly short relationship online with another girl and a very long but unsatisfactory relationship with a boy in high school, I don't have a lot of experience in the dating world. I'm a person who craves physical attention such as hugs or cuddles, and I'm honestly at my happiest when making someone else happy. I am very much a relationship person and have been single for about 7 months now. While the time spent focused on myself was very good for me in the long run, I want a relationship again. However, I am pretty shy when it comes to meeting new people, even though I want to present myself as confident. How can I break out of my shell some more and enter the dating world? Well, I feel like it's like meeting people is hard enough.
It is.
When you're meeting someone who is also a lesbian, that I don't know because I never experienced it before, but I feel like that's almost another level
It's
of
hard.
challenging because it's like
it's more pressure.
you meet a
you're
girl
saying.
and you're like, I really like
Is
I
this
don't
the
look
only
it.
chance?
Yeah,
Or not
you
like
know?
that, but you know.
Because everyone can be anything now.
Well, and she's still
Follow
in
your
college,
dreams.
right?
Yeah, she's in college.
So
That's
that's a
good.
great opportunity,
Yeah.
just that right there. Because I mean,
Go
you
to a
know,
cafe.
and go. And I hate to be like, join an organization, but
It's
it's
true.
honestly
Yeah.
really
It's
true.
true.
I mean, high school, college has so many opportunities and different groups to join, and
Don't a lot of colleges have like LGBT
that's what I'm
clubs
saying.
and
Yeah,
stuff?
do, yeah.
exactly. And I mean,
ours used to meet at Starbucks while I was at work.
Right?
Every like Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
That's-
my advice
yeah,
would just to
do
be
that.
to, you know, go to. Kara's advice would be to join more clubs
The
or
local-
organizations. Just kind of Put yourself out there to where you're, able to meet people, but don't set any expectations, because it's when you are trying really hard to look, or you're setting expectations when you're gonna fail, just because you're gonna feel like you failed yourself. If you're like come across as positive, like I'm just gonna go make some new friends and have fun. That's usually, I feel like, at least for me, like you find someone when you're not looking, is the saying.
Well,
but
I feel like that's true in any dating scenario. Whenever you're really trying to find you're trying to find a significant other. If you end up not doing so, you feel so depressed and defeated, and you're like, oh, I'm never gonna find someone. It's like that's not the case.
Yeah.
You can't really make that happen unless you just want to just grab someone and say like, hey, we're dating. Like, here's some money. Here you go.
It just kind of feels like you're doing something wrong if you haven't found someone at that point, and you haven't.
Well, especially like she says that she craves that affection, and I totally get that because I'm the same type of way. Like every time I was single, I'm just like, I just want to like love someone and be loved by someone, and you crave that kind of affection, especially if you're used to like long-term relationships. You actually brought up a really good idea, and I don't know if you realized this before the show. It's like, get a dog.
Yeah.
I was just
actually-
gonna say, I'm like, is that offensive or anything? I don't know.
No,
but like,
no.
Get a dog.
It's a great way to meet people.
Yeah, first off, you do get to meet someone, but it legitimately also has another being in your life that loves you.
Yeah.
Like
Unconditionally, too.
Yeah, my dog, I got my dog because
you can
I'm
get a
not good at
cat.
being alone. I'm allergic to cats, so I'm not gonna
Ironic.
suggest it.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
But having something to take care of in that sense is just as I feel fulfilling.
Yeah, it's like the dual purpose of like
Yeah.
it provides you with companionship when you're
Yeah.
alone, and also if you go out to a park or whatever, you might meet
someone
other
else.
girls
Yeah.
who are interested in a dog. And
Or
like,
are there girls that have dogs?
And they're
Or
like,
that wish they did.
I know in Glendale there is this group of people who meet like every Saturday with their dogs at Starbucks and just get like those dog chinos and puppy chinos
Wait,
and just kind
what?
of hang out and talk. It's just like
A dog
whipped cream.
chino, like a cappuccino, but
Cappuccino.
it's,
oh, I've seen those before.
It's whipped cream in a little cup. It's
cute.
really
So
cute.
cute.
what is
They
our
probably
world coming
shouldn't have
to?
it.
There's cappuccino things for dogs.
There's
now.
cat
There's
wine now.
everything
Yeah.
for
There's
dogs.
cat
cats
wine. I
now.
should get that for my cats.
Have wine with your cats now.
Also, like
That's right.
you're
My
in
cat probably
college,
just drink.
Tinder,
That's
right?
true.
I mean, that's if you're
Which
just
way do you
looking to
swipe?
meet people, you swipe right if you're into it. I think.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who are reluctant on using dating sites too.
But that's where it's at now.
It really is like, and it's not just like, hey, let's fuck. I mean, if that's what you're into, go for it. But if you're like genuinely searching for companionship or some type of relationship, you can find other people on those sites who are doing things. Like for a while, I had an OkCupid account in college. No shame.
Yeah.
I was trying to find someone to hang out with.
I was.
You can also say like friendship or like looking
Yeah.
for a
Yeah,
relationship.
platonic. And
Or just anything like
Or
that.
put in bold, like I did not interested in sex. Like boom.
Just want to hang out.
Stop.
Isn't there like a, I don't know what it's called. It's like BB's.
Bumble?
Bumble, yeah. They do that, and it's platonic, and it's also for a relationship.
I actually signed up on Bumble because I heard there was like a friendship
Yeah.
aspect where you could sign up, like if you're a girl looking for other female friends, you'll only get matched with other girls looking for female friends.
That's
And
cool.
I signed up
cool.
and I
That's
was like,
great.
I was too nervous to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I'd
Nice.
do it.
It's also hard to find people who
That'd
have
be
similar
fun. That'd be a
interests
fun
to you
experiment.
too. Yeah, with everything that's happening in the world. I mean, I feel like the internet's a great way to connect. One,
is.
in general, it's really united the world, literally
Gotta be
united the entire
careful.
world. Yes.
Yeah.
But you can find people who have similar interests, and you don't have to just worry about people who are in your general location. Like
Yeah.
thinking about growing up in Dallas and being like, oh, everyone here is interested in football and cheerleading, and I like anime and sports stuff and video games. Like, can I find someone else who wants to hang out with me? Not really. But when I went to college, I was able to speak to a lot of people. One, through clubs, like you guys had said, and then two,
TSTV?
yep, pretty much. And then they had all these online forums too, where students would go and just chat. I was like, oh shit! Like I would have never met you before because you live all the way across the other side of campus, but you like the same shit I like. Let's hang out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be at this table right now had I not joined an organization at my college.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to miss.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Very
mean,
true.
and I understand, like, some people would be like, oh, just, do you and don't worry about getting into a relationship. But I do understand that, like, craving the affection.
Yeah,
Because
someone
that's
who-
a very, like, primal.
Get a guinea
Yeah.
pig.
I mean, I always
Something you can
had
just smother with
long-term relationships my whole life. And for the first time last year, I went a whole year without, being in a relationship at all, having really another person. Like she was saying, focusing on me really did help me, but how do I get into that? And she's 7 months in, I think she said, right?
Yeah, 7 months single.
That was exactly the point for me where I was like, okay, I kind of got that scared feeling in me of, oh God, like no one's going to. It's been 7 months now. So I actually did start getting on OkCupid and whatnot. And I mean, it works for some people, works other different ways. But my boyfriend now that I met totally not realizing it was like literally bumped into him on accident.
know.
It was like a friend of a friend, and it was actually hilarious because my friend introduced him as Mr. Ferrari from the Ferrari legacy, and I was like, what? Wait, really? Because he said it with such a serious face, and y'all know that I'm kind of gullible if someone has a really serious face. So I was like, wait, what? Like, but I didn't want to be insulting if he really wasn't. If he was,
I love your cars.
So I was like, okay, nice to meet you. And then like he literally just kind of looked at me. And he's like,
They're so fast.
He's like, no, I'm really not. And I was like, damn it. But actually, no, I didn't want to say
like,
damn it.
dang.
No,
He's
but,
not a filthy
but it was
rich.
just
You
one of
never
those
know.
things where, and I had, he literally just like walked in the door, and now, you know, like a year later, and it's, you never know. So don't, you know,
Nice.
explore your options, and you know, everything happens for a reason.
Go out.
Don't try.
I mean, there's a lot
Try.
of college activities you could partake in to meet new people. But
Even like kickball and like the intramurals
Do it.
things. Those are so much fun. Sorry, I just got really excited because I like sports, and I know that you're like a sports person too.
Cheers.
Those are fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
You like
Well,
sports?
good luck
I talked
to
to them
you,
about it. I played a shit ton of
Anonymous?
sports growing
anonymous
up.
user.
Now I'm okay.
Tell us if you have any luck. And if you have a question for us on the show, you could email alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com. And you should sign up for your first membership because we're going to talk about RWBY Volume 4 on the post show, which is a first member exclusive. So go do that right now.
Everyone you love is dead.
Just kidding, they're not. You already know that, though. All right.
That's Game of Thrones.
Don't say that to Barbara. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy we
Yeah,
finally
of
got
course.
everyone together.
Me
Hug you,
too.
buddy.
I was going to say, I'm
Cheers.
like,
Yay, Team
Cheers,
Ruby.
everyone.
Bye,
Being
everyone.
boozy.